Good morning, everyone. Today is Good Friday, and today I don't feel like going to the office because half my team is actually on vacation anyways. And I decided that I want to work remote today. When I work remote, I usually just work at home, but today me, Felix, and Luke decided that we want to try somewhere new. So when you work remote, there's a couple options. You can go to a library, you can go to the New York Library, you can go to NYU Library, or you can go to a cafe like Starbucks or any of those nice coffee shops around New York. There's just so many, right? The thing about cafes is that the chairs are very uncomfortable and you can't just leave your stuff like your laptop, very expensive tech gear, right, at a cafe without actually asking someone to look it over for you. Or a good solution to that is actually co-working spaces like WeWork. But I don't want to pay $200 a month just to go get a table when I can just go to work, right? They do have a cheaper option called hot tables where you pay about $95 a month and you are guaranteed a spot. But just like a cafe, there's no fixed seating, but you are able to go and get a spot, and it changes. It's like a cafe. You just go anywhere that's open, sit down with your laptop, start working. Pretty good. Downside is $95 a month. Pretty expensive. I'd rather just go to work at that point. But a couple of weeks ago, we found out that AWS actually provides this co-working space for free. It's called AWS Loft. They have it in San Francisco, Tokyo, New York, Johannesburg, and somewhere else. I forgot the last location. But they actually don't have it in Seattle, which is weird because their HQ is in Seattle, right? I thought they would definitely have one office, loft area space, open space in Seattle, but they don't. So anyway, today we're going to check it out. Their open hours are very limited. It's actually 9:30 to 5:30 sharp. And that actually aligns perfectly for my work. So let's get there. It's too close for me to actually take the train. So I have to no, I can't take anything. I have to walk. It's about 15 minutes, about a 0.7 mile walk. We'll see. While I'm going there, I want to talk about the pros and cons of working remote. Before I started my work, while I was a student, I always looked at remote working as a terrible system for the company because a lot of the time people aren't actually working. They're just fooling around. They're not even doing work. A couple of my friends would just say they're working from home and they actually just go hiking. I don't know if he's still working for that company, but the thing is, if you're at home, it's likely that you're going to be distracted from all the actual work that you have to do from the office. Your managers aren't really there looking at you or overseeing you. It gives you a little bit of flexibility, but to me, it was a very unproductive work process. But once I started working here at my current company, I realized that working from home is actually pretty good. It gives you a lot of flexibility. I can travel and work at any location I want at any time. As long as I still work at the New York time zone because I travel to Seattle a lot. And whenever I go there, I have to wake up at 6 because that's 9 a.m. in New York time. But the benefit is that I get off work at 2, which is 5 p.m. for New York. But the downside of working remote is that you lose that socialness of working in a company, like in an office setting, because you can actually talk to your coworkers next to you, and you can do like small talk. You can ask about how's their day going. If you have a question, you can just turn over to them and ask, can I ask you a quick question? And just proceed with asking your question. But if you're remote, you don't know if they're actually available. They might be in a meeting, they might be chatting with some other coworkers, and you have no idea what's going on there because you can't see them, right? You ask them on Slack a couple questions and just have to wait an unknown amount of time because you don't know if they're actually in a meeting, they're actually busy, or they're just trying to avoid you. Maybe they're not that busy, but they just didn't see your message, right? If your work is much more individual, that you don't really have to rely on other people, besides like getting pull request reviews, I think it's pretty nice. For me, I do a lot of work that kind of relies on other people's knowledges as well a lot of the times. Luke, for example, or Felix, I think also, doesn't really rely on a lot of people's knowledges, that they're able to proceed with their work individually. So it really depends on the team and the project that you're working on that allows you to be remote full-time or not. So this is the Loft. It's actually very interesting because I thought they would be very low-key on the exterior. Like sometimes they won't actually show AWS written outside, but they actually do have it written outside. So let's head in there now. So we have to sign in here. Get some lunch, and we're gonna go to this place called Felix, which is a French restaurant, and coincidentally this guy's name is also Felix.
This guy, yo, they know me at this point, bro. They know who I am.
I don't know about that.
I'm probably more famous than you right now on your channel, you know?
Felix claims that he's more famous on my channel than I am. First of all, tell us your opinions on the AWS Loft. What do you think?
It's really cool. Well, although we came here on a Good Friday, so apparently it's not as crowded as usual. If it stays like this is a very good workplace. If it gets more crowded than this, I wouldn't want to come here every day.
Yeah, I really liked it. I think that the atmosphere was perfect because there's other people nearby working too, so it kind of gives off a feeling like you're in a cafe, but it's more like everybody's shared workspace, and hearing the chatter can really help me personally to tune in more into my work.
I think it's nice. It's chill, got a good vibe. Got enough like amenities.
Except that guy who was talking on the phone.
Yeah, but there's a guy behind me really loud, so I didn't really like that.
Yeah.
They should enforce like noise levels. I don't know. Yeah, the guy's really loud. It's nice. I like it. Yeah, I'd be down to come here again.
What are your thoughts on working remote?
Well, my entire team work remotely. I know he's gonna say that. So I hate that.
You hate that? Do you think?
Because I prefer talking to people like face to face. For example, when Rohit was there, I can just he's my rubber duck, and I kind of lose that over Slack messages.
I prefer working remotely, but with the current line of work that I'm doing, it's better if I'm in the office. But I think that a lot of people will benefit from a shared workspace like this.
So what is your line of work?
I'm a project manager, so for me it works better because I'll be able to interact like one-on-one with like developers and other team members. But I think on some days it would just be nice to be somewhere else and just work remotely. Kind of like just to refresh the mind a little.
It's cool to do it like once in a while, not all the time though. I don't want to do it all the time. I like to work with people. You can talk to people and stuff, you know, go out,
Sometimes too much.
have lunch together kind of thing. Yeah.
The social aspect.
Yeah.
Talk about Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
No.
And make people watch it, but they waste time.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Umbrella Academy, go watch that show. It's great.
So we're gonna check out this place. No idea what it is. It's interesting. So this place is about, I'm not really sure which company this is, but it's actually, it's called Lycord. And they're focusing on relaxation and well-being. So this is like a pop-up shop where they explain about their new initiative, but what I just did over here was write a postcard to me or someone that I care about, and tells the postcard has like how often you should actually take a rest, and just reminder that you mentally and physically having some rest is very important. And this is like an entire shop just made out of interesting interactive art, I guess, or some infographics about mental well-being. And they gave us a free juice that they made. This is watermelon. Pretty good. Unfortunately, when we went back to the AWS Loft, it was completely full by other people who just came, and there's no seats for the four of us to sit. So now we are looking for other alternatives like cafes to just actually go in, which I really don't want to do. But
What? Why are you hating, bro?
nobody wants to go to the office, so we'll see what happens. There's a Cafe Bene, a Korean cafe. I guess this is where we work. We ended up coming to Cafe Bene, which is very loud, actually. I mean, this is what your typical cafe experience is like, right? It's very loud music, people, customers coming in and out, and we're sitting right in front of a bathroom, so very loud. But it's fine. AWS Loft is much better, of course, but you know, you gotta settle for what you have. This is the crew, all working hard right now. Cafe Bene, thank you. We're not sponsored, but also a bathroom right behind us. I mean, we'll always make it work somehow. Another good day of working remote. I'm taking the 1 train this way. All right.
Don't go the 1 train, man. Take the 2.
I'm going to Columbia.
Yeah, let's walk.
No.
It's 4:30.
I have to be there by 5. All right. Bye, guys. See ya. I have to go to Columbia right now to meet my cousin. But anyway, a great day working remote today. I'll definitely try this out later again, but I don't know if I'll work at a cafe. Not that great environment. Anyway, if you like this video, please hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.